Welcome to Fixing Up in association with Amazon. It's a brand new collaboration between Practical Classics magazine and Amazon, in which we show you just how easy it can be to revive and restore modern classic cars. My name is Danny Hopkins and I'm the editor of Practical Classics magazine, and I'm here with my mate Clive Jefferson and the rest of the Practical Classics team in order to do what we've always done, which is to revive and restore classic cars here at the Practical Classics workshop. Only this time with Amazon, we can do it quicker and more effectively. So, let's go and have a look at our very first project, and let's say hello to Clive. Hello, mate.
Hello.
You ready for this?
I am, Danny, but I must admit, I'm a bit nervous. I'm worried what you've got under that cover.
Don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There you go, a T4 camper, the world's greatest camper.
It's lovely, Danny. Did you buy it from the gas board?
Of course I didn't. I bought it using special books, which I purchased from Amazon. One for the buying and one for the fixing. So we're home and hosed.
But more importantly, Danny, did you bother to read either of them?
Well, I read most of them.
Now tell me, what's the engine?
It's a 1.9 diesel.
Turbo or non-turbo?
Non?
Well, I hope he's got a good bed in it. It's going to be so slow, by the time we get where we're going, it'll be either time to come home again or we're going to have to go to bed.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll have a look at the interior in a minute. More importantly, the whole van itself is sound. The bodywork's sound, the engine's good, all the mechanicals are okay, just needs a tidy, which is exactly what we want.
And how much did you pay for it?
4.5 grand. Come on, for a T4, given what camper vans are going for at the moment, I think that's great. Do you want to have a look around it?
I do, because I'm going to have to reserve judgment until I've had a really good look.
Okay, well look, start at the front. So obviously, this panel's a different colour from the side panel. Maybe it's had a ding at some point, but
Yeah.
this will need to be resprayed in the same colour, that blue.
Definitely.
Go down to the bumpers, they're a bit ugly.
They really need some love, don't
They
they?
do need some love, so we're going to get those beautifully detailed. In fact, the rest of the car itself does need detailing as well. And there's little bits of rust, just a little bit on the roof line along the side, some on the wheel arches. The most important bit of bodywork for you to be concerned with, though, there's a little hole on the inner wing.
Right. Now, are we talking 50p size or dustbin lid size, Danny? Because I know you too well.
About £1.50.
Okay, we can deal with that.
Okay, well, and there's a little bit of rust on the roof line. Let's go and have a look at that.
Okay.
Right. The really good thing about this van, Clive, is that it's really straight. If you look along the side of the van, it's not even wavy. It's obviously been loved through its life, and the bodywork is in good condition. The wheel arches are really good. I think it's absolutely sound. It's got a few issues. I think one of the things that you could say is that the stone chip coating that's been painted over, I'm not a big fan of that, but I've had a look at it and underneath the metal's absolutely sound, so that's okay.
We can live with that.
Yeah. Obviously this used to be a panel van, so it's got aftermarket windows. There's a few issues there.
Yeah, this needs tidying up here, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit of silicone sealant in there needs doing. And then up on the roof line, you can just see there's a tiny bit of surface rust. We might need to blow that in. And yeah, but apart from that, I think it's pretty much okay.
Okay, and tell me about the tyres, Danny.
They're all different makes, every single corner. They're different ages, different tread depths. It's not the best, so I really think we need to replace them, all 4 of them. But the good thing is you can do that through Amazon, so it's not a problem. One of the things that we do need to do though is have a look at that hole on the inner wing, but to do that we need to stick it up in the air. So we both know that these vans rust, and they rust underneath especially. So when I got underneath here and had a look and I realised it was all right, I was really pleased. It's not bad, is it?
No, I'm amazed. I think you've outdone yourself.
Thanks, mate. Well, there are little bits of scabs here and there, but I've had a scrape of a few of them. I'll show you what happens. You just have a little scrape of that. And look, it's just surface, isn't it?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
fantastic.
So I reckon all we need to do is clean it all off, get a nice wax product on there, it'll look good as new.
I was sceptical, but I think you've outdone yourself.
Well, thank you very much, brother. I think we need to go up the front though, because that's where the real problem is.
Oh, right.
So Clive, here we are. This is, I think, the only bit of metal work you're going to have to do on the entire van. If you look up here, can you see it?
Yeah.
Just up there on the inner wing, there's a little hole, but it's got a bit of yellow chalk mark around it, which I think would be from the last MOT. It's probably an advisory. It would have grown since then. There might be a bit more underneath the underseal. But I would say that that's eminently doable, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's also a really good example of the sort of thing that can fail a van like this on an MOT. When you get a failure on welding, people kind of run and hide. And that means sometimes vans like this just get binned or broken for parts. And that's a crime. This van's got loads of legs left in it. And, you know, I think it shows that fixing something up is probably the most sustainable hobby there is, because it's perfect reuse, recycling and restoration. There's nothing better. Right, so let's pop the bonnet, have a quick look at the mechanicals before we take it anywhere. Right, okay, generally, I think mechanically it's pretty good, but three things I noticed that we've got to take into consideration about the engine. First one is the cam belt. Now, I was told that there's been a cam belt change in the last 5 years, but there's no paper trail. I don't trust that, do you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, if one of these cam belts lets go, then it's game over. So we really should change the cam belt and the tensioners as well. Although it has had a new water pump, I've seen. It's got a new alternator as well, actually. The next problem is the battery. When I started it, it even struggled to heat the glow plugs up. So I think it needs a new battery. I had to put a no-code booster on it to get it really to fire. I've got a new battery on order through Amazon from Yuasa. So that's on its way. So the third thing that I discovered that was up with the engine was that the starter motor itself, even when I'd got it boosted, sounded really, really graunchy and really like it was struggling. So I searched on Amazon and I found a starter motor for one of these on there. It was brilliant. Other than that, I think all we need to worry about is general servicing, oils and filters, that sort of thing.
Having a really good look at it.
Yeah, brilliant. So that's all we need to do. We can take it for a test drive now if you want, see if anything else reveals itself.
Oh, hold on a minute. You haven't shown me the inside yet.
Oh, yeah. Come in. Right, you ready for this, Clive?
Absolutely.
Okay, my friend.
Show me.
Feast your eyes.
I think you've been robbed.
Hold on, mate. What this is a blank canvas, all right? All the difficult stuff's been done. The previous owners have insulated the walls, have insulated inside the doors, the roof, they've insulated under the floor, and they've laid a vinyl floor covering as well. So difficult stuff's been done. They've even built us a lovely set of shelves with bungee cords on them, which is a bit weird. Yes. And they've also put a leisure battery in, although I have to say it's a little bit Heath Robinson. It's got a wooden box around it, which means that if it shorts out and goes up, the wood will go up nicely with it.
Yeah, get it going well.
It's like kindling. But before that, jump in. Come on, let's have a look. Imagine you're on your holiday with your wife. Okay, here we are. Look at that, lying down here in your bed looking at the universe. It's beautiful.
Yeah, see that there? That reminds me of this van.
What is it?
It's a black hole. Yeah.
All right then, Clive. So I've driven it, obviously, and I think it's all right, but I'm interested in knowing what you think. But once we get on the open road, open her up.
Performance is a little underwhelming.
Have you noticed as well, I found it a little bit wandery.
Yeah, it's not, the tyres aren't the best, are they?
No, they're made of wood, they're that old.
Yeah, it's like a square wheel cart down a rutted track, really.
Yeah, at the best of times. But apart from that, you know, I'd jump in it and go on holiday, you know,
no,
but just not very quickly.
It is what it is. Yeah. It's suspension-wise, it feels fine.
It does, doesn't it?
It is just tyre noise and tyre vibration coming through the vehicle.
Did you notice the starter motor sounds like a bit shouty?
Yeah, the starter motor's awful. Yeah. It's really had it. Oh, we must change that.
So, a little bit of work to do. We're not exactly living the dream with this, are we, yet?
No. Well, it is a dream, but it's the sort of dream that you probably wake up screaming from.
So I've been on Amazon and I've ordered all the parts we're going to need for the next phase of the restoration. Until then, we're going to focus simply on the things that we can do now. All of the parts and all of the tools you've seen in this episode, you can order on Amazon. And next time, we're going to be focusing on the mechanicals, and that might throw up a few curveballs. To find out what they are, join us next time on Fixing Up in association with Amazon.
See you then.